I'd like to call to order the Town of Atikokan Council meeting, 96th meeting of the 40th Council held June 8th, 2026. First order of business is a moment of reflection. Thank you. Next order of business is additions and approval of the agenda. Moved by Councillor Johnson, seconded by Councillor Martin. Resolved that the agenda for the 92nd meeting of the 40th Council be approved as presented.
Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. Might I have 2 minutes at the very end just to address a thank you to some volunteers?
Well, this is highly irregular, Councillor Johnson, but
Okay, then I won't ask for it.
I think we can make that distinction and grant you that time. As long as you don't talk as much as I do, then we'll grant.
Guaranteed.
Okay. Accept the agenda. In favor? Carried. Next order of business is the disclosure of pecuniary interest and the general nature thereof. It can be declared now or any time during the meeting. Next order of business is minutes from previous meeting, Committee of the Whole meeting minutes, May 25th. Moved by Councillor Stimpson, seconded by Councillor Knowles. Resolved that the minutes of the Committee of the Whole meeting held May 25th, 2026 be received and filed. In favor? Carried. Next is the minutes from the regular meeting, May 25th. Moved by Councillor Martin, seconded by Councillor Johnson. Resolved that the minutes of the 91st meeting of the 40th Council held May 25th, 2026 be adopted as written. In favor? Carried. And lastly, we have in-camera meeting minutes. Moved by Councillor Johnson, seconded by Councillor Martin. Resolved that the minutes of the in-camera meeting held May 25th, 2026 be adopted as written. In favor? Carried. Is there any matters arising out of these minutes anyone would like to discuss? Seeing none, we'll move on to Finance Bylaw number 20-26. I have a resolution moved by Councillor Martin, seconded by Councillor Johnson. Resolved that bylaw number 20-26, being a bylaw to adopt the estimate of sums required for municipal purposes during the meeting and to strike the rates of taxation for all those purposes for the year 2026 be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed. Any discussion on that? In favor? Carried. Next is a resolution to declare surplus property. Moved by Councillor Johnson, seconded by Councillor Martin. Resolved that Atikokan Town Council hereby declares the following property to be surplus. It's 318 O'Brien Street. I won't read everything else. Any discussion? In favor? Carried. Next is supplementary committees. Atikokan OPP Detachment Board. Minutes from May 28th. Councillor Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. You have in front of you the minutes of that meeting. I hope you've all had a chance to read them. If there's any questions, I will try to endeavor to answer them.
Any questions or comments on the minutes? I'd just like to make a comment that Fire Chief Warburton gave a very good presentation on the Voyant alert system, and I think that the OPP were very receptive to it, and I don't think they really realized the ability that we have on the town. So I would like to thank you for that.
Thank you for mentioning that, Mayor.
Any other comments, questions on that? Yes, Councillor Stimson.
Yeah, I attended because I wanted to see the two presentations myself, and yeah, you're correct. I go along with everything you said about the wine alert, and then the mental health worker presentation that they put on was also pretty good too. I just would like to see a mental health worker for Atikokan, like full-time.
Yeah, I think they're working on 3. So I think when we've had one about 3 or 4 times, and it's only lasted a few months, and by the time they were up to speed, they had moved on. So I think there may be more opportunity with a group as opposed to just one, but
I know that one of the paramedics in town here said that they're having a hard time keeping paramedics because a lot of them are jumping to that mobile mental health worker, and I think that fellow that was here was one of them.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that, Councillor Johnson. Atikokan Public Library, minutes from May 25th. Councillor Stimson.
Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. I wasn't at that meeting because it was the same time as the council meeting. It happens once in a while. But anyway, some of this stuff is old, but it just shows that, I just want to read it so that it shows that there's more than lending books being done by that group over there. The Digital Book Club met May 14th and will meet again June 25th. Then break for the summer. Children's literacy bags went out May 11th. There were 22 participants. Mum and Me was held April 1st, 8th, 15th, 22nd, 29th, a total of 61 participants. Spice Club for the month of April was Cardamom. 25 kits were picked up. May Spice is Tarragon. Forest Reading votes were held April 21st with 63 children voting. Seniors Craft was held April 28th with full participation of 15 people. The library partnered with Northwest Ontario Métis Family and Children's Services and other community agencies for the April 27th PD Day. There were 88 participants. Joan Barrel had her book launch on April 30th with 12 participants. Mother's Day program was held May 2nd, and there were 22 in attendance. The after-school program is attending the library May 20th. The library is helping with the town cleanup barbecue on May 21st. Safe Kids Week planned for May 30th with stations around town, followed by a family barbecue and free swimming. The 60th anniversary of the building of the library / museum was on June 6th at 1 o'clock. I hope a lot of people attended that. Spring Fling took place today from 1 to 4. Rhubarb Leaf Stepping Stones with Therese Painter is June 10th at 6:30. Northern Lakes grade 5 and 6 class visited June 16th. Will visit June 16th. CNIB will be at the library on June 17th, 11 to 2. Seniors Tea is June 18th at 1. Interlibrary loans request from other libraries requested 8 with 46 filled. Our library requests 26 items and 18 were sent. So that just, I never really realized how much that library did until I inherited past councillor Zacharias's position on that board, and it's kind of shocking all the stuff they do. They deserve a lot of credit. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions for Councillor Stimson? Okay, seeing none, we'll move on to Atikokan Cemetery Board. Councillor Shine had other commitments. The minutes are there. Oh, Councillor Johnson, do you want to speak for Councillor Shine on the Cemetery Board?
Not really. No, I'm just being smart. The minutes are in front of you. There will be a resolution. Our clerk went over the fees, some of the fees to be changed, and that will be coming up later on in the meeting.
Okay, any questions? Yes?
Yeah,
Councillor Simpson.
just one, yeah, they were talking about stopping the benches, I think, is that correct?
Doing what?
Having, you know, the memorial benches, they're not going to do it anymore? They're not planning on ordering any more benches or something? No, they're not? Okay, and then later on, there's a bylaw, I guess maybe that's policy, I guess policy, and saying how you can procure a bench. I guess, is that the one they're going to talk about rescinding?
Yes.
Okay.
That's next on the agenda.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Hearing nothing else, we'll move on to number 2, proposed increase in non-resident cemetery fees, additional of after-hours interment fees, and the repeal of the memorial bench policy. Clerk Bates.
Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. So when we had our cemetery meeting, the board has recommended to raise the non-resident fees. When I brought the fee schedule to the board, I was just looking at incorporating the overtime costs because it's hard to send bills to grieving families after the fact, so now they're paying an additional charge. So that's kind of what my recommendation was. The board would like the non-resident fees to change. We were going to leave the resident fees the same. Also would like to repeal the memorial bench policy because I'm seeing more people asking for them that don't want them in the cemetery, and our policy and our benches are for the cemetery only. So we don't have any more left, and the cemetery board doesn't want to buy any more and maintain that. So we need council approval to change our fees and to repeal the policy. And if anyone has any questions, please ask.
Yeah, sorry, just for my own knowledge, what is a doctor-ordered interment?
Well, we're thinking, it's been on there, I think, for a long time, so we don't, according to the cemetery bylaw, we do not do interments on stat holidays or Sundays. So the only way that we would do one is if it was doctor ordered. So we would have to have a fee for that, so that's why it's in
Okay,
there.
thank you. That kind of had me wondering what it was.
Councillor Martin.
Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. Clerk Bates, so the bench, so I understand this correctly, there's too many benches at the cemetery now? You don't need any more benches there, or is that the?
Well, it's not that, but people wanting to buy a bench for the cemetery I've only had 3 or 4 benches sold in the years that we've had the policy. It's more people coming, wanting a bench at the splash pad or wanting the bench at the library. Well, that's not what our benches are for. They were specifically for the cemetery, but yet they have been sold, and I don't want to do that anymore. So, I mean, not for the cemetery.
So you have a bunch of benches and you can't sell them? Is that what I'm
Oh,
hearing?
no, we don't have any more.
Oh, okay. I mean, I think people would want to see them around town. If people want to buy them, is there a place to buy these benches, or how does that work?
If I can, so yeah, it kind of created a life of its own. So there are still some of the old cement-based benches throughout, and then for the couple that did come through the cemetery who wanted them put outside, we did replace some of them. It's a slippery slope, though, right? So we are getting to a point where someone says, "Well, I want 4 benches, and I want them here, here, here," and you know, again, I think we want to be careful to not, I don't want to say the word litter, but have, you know, a bench on every corner sort of thing. So as of right now, the program has ended naturally because we don't have any benches. Not to say if there's some specific ask that would come to the town, then that would be an ask outside of the cemetery board.
Thank you. Thank you.
Questions for Clerk Bates on that? Okay, seeing none, there will be a resolution coming forward on that.
Bylaws next week, next council meeting.
Okay, thank you. Next up is Atikokan General Hospital Board. Meeting minutes for March 25th. Counselor Knowles.
Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. Attached are the minutes. They're a while ago now. I don't have a lot to report. If you have any questions, happy to answer them. I do know that the hospital's AGM is June 17th. They are actively looking for new board members. So if you are interested or know anyone who might be a good fit for that board, I can tell you, even though I was appointed by council, it's an incredibly fulfilling role. It's a lot to learn, and it's a big organization, but I think it's a very good use of your time. So I would encourage anyone who's interested in sitting on that board to reach out to one of the hospital management staff and put your name forward. Thank you.
Counselor, yes, Counselor Stimson.
Yeah, I'm on vice chair on the PFAC committee, the Patient Family Advisory Council, and we're also looking for members too. If anybody wants to, they can get a hold of the like a brochure from the hospital or phone and ask what it's all about. We could use some new members too. Thank you.
Thank you. Lots of opportunities for people to participate in the community, so that's great. And we'll move on to mayor's correspondence. This is something that you may have seen about tailgate event permits. So the province is allowing open liquor for people that are interested. So I'll just read a little bit of it. So what is the change? Recent amendments to the Ontario regulation under the Liquor License and Control Act introduces a bring your own event. This change expands what was previously called tailgating permit. This permit allows individuals 19 and older to bring and consume their own liquor within a designated area or a cultural or community event that has been approved by the municipality or held in connection with and in the proximity to a professional or semi-professional or post-secondary sporting event. So from what I understand, they have to petition the town for approval. Is that correct? And does someone have to be responsible for this? Does it have to be liquor licensed? I don't want to read
Yeah, so it's
all this.
it's a complicated policy that the ministry's province is trying to put forward. We don't have a whole lot of information on it yet. It is tied to sporting events, larger sporting events. I don't necessarily see requests coming through to us just yet, so it's more of a wait and see sort of thing.
Yes, Councillor Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. Question for Jason. Jason, if we agree to somebody having that permit, does that let us in on the liability at all?
Yeah, so certainly if someone brought that forward, we would bring forth a full report to council with all that information.
Okay.
We're not there yet just because we don't believe that we'll be getting those applications, but if we did, then we would bring that with all those answered as well.
Right.
From what I understand, someone has to apply for a permit, and the permit holder is responsible for ensuring these standards and requirements. So we'll just leave that for information. Next is highlights from the May 21st Northwest Health Unit meeting. So the information is in front of you. That's actually not the Northwest Health Unit, that's DSAB.
Oh, I put it on the wrong one, sorry.
That's okay.
My apologies.
Yeah, so the DSAB, there is nothing that I haven't discussed before. There is a pooling project going forward in Northern Ontario to try to get more housing. Seems like the federal government's more interested in doing hundreds or 1,000 units, not 10 or 15. So all the DSABs in Northern Ontario are going together to try to get under one banner. And as I said before, unfortunately, as DSAB doesn't own any property or buildings to build on in Atikokan, then they weren't included in this round, but there will be more rounds going forward. And further to this, I'm a member of the NOSDA, Northern Ontario Service Deliveries Association. I'm a board member, and I'm going to North Bay tomorrow morning till Thursday for the AGM. Any questions on that? Hearing none, we'll move on to Small Northern Ontario Residential Property Tax Class. Again, this is new today. I think Manuel had a very good presentation, and so there's a resolution if we want to support her idea. So I'll move it. Moved by Councillor Knoll, seconded by Councillor Stimson. Whereas there's visible disparity between northern and southern populations in Ontario, and whereas Northern Ontario has an abundance of opportunity in the form of municipal service lots for both industry and population growth, and whereas high property taxes discourage and prohibit the construction of new residential single-family dwellings, and whereas the addition of a small northern new residential property tax class subclass would create an incentive for building of new homes in small northern communities. And whereas the introduction of this new property tax class does not adversely affect the current residents, and whereas the introduction of the new property tax class will encourage the development of vacant service municipal building lots, thus increasing the local housing stock, increasing the assessment roll, and increasing the availability to the local workforce in Northern Ontario. Therefore, be it resolved that the Council of the Corporation of the Town of Atikokan does hereby request that the Honourable Minister Peter Bethlenfalvy and the Minister of Finance amends the Assessment Act to include a small northern municipal residential property tax class and a subclass, and further be it resolved that this resolution be forwarded to the Honourable Doug Ford, Premier of Ontario, the Honourable Kevin Holland, MPP Thunder Bay Atikokan, Honourable Minister Peter Bethlenfalvy, Minister of Finance, Honourable George Peary, Minister of Northern Economic Development and Growth, the Honourable Minister Robert Flack, Minister of Municipal Affairs and Housing, AMO, Phenom, NOMA, and RRDMA. Any discussion on this? Don't ask me to read it again. In favor of this resolution? Carried. And as we're moving to an in-camera session after this meeting, I'll read the resolution. Moved by Councillor Stimson and seconded by Councillor Knowles. Resolved that this council proceed in camera in order to address a matter pertaining to personal matters about an identifiable individual, including municipal and local board employees. In favor of moving in camera? Carried. Oh, I'm sorry. And before we move in camera, I'd just like to allow Councillor Johnson to say a few words.
Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. I would just like to let everybody know that the flowers were planted around town today, and it was a lot of hard work getting the beds prepared. All the flowers were donated by Donna Lowry from Lowry's here in town, and the soil was donated by PNI, the folks that are doing the construction of O'Brien. And I just want to thank all the lady volunteers who came out and put the effort forward to make our town a little bit better looking. So thank you very much.
Thank you, and thank you for your effort in that as well, Councillor. I know you're a big part of that as well, so I'd like to thank you too. And we'll have a resolution going. I did. I have to adjourn the meeting. Yeah. moved by Counselor Stimpson, seconded by Counselor Knowles. Resolved that this meeting do now adjourn. In favor? Carried. Thank you, everyone. We'll move into in camera. We'll get that right, eh?